Hello beautiful world, my name is Nessia and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am going to be bleaching my hair from home. This was actually a super requested video off my Instagram of people that have been seeing since my hair was dark brown and like past my butt to then like drastically going to really white. My hair's like has a bunch of stuff going on right now because from coloring it, I've gone pink. I am in no means a professional, but I've learned a lot in those 2 years of like what to do, what not to do, at least what works for me and what doesn't, and managed to keep my hair relatively healthy considering, you know, bleach is not exactly the healthiest thing for your hair. Obviously, my hair is not without damage, but I would love to help anyone who is new to this whole world of bleaching your hair. So many people stress on repairing damaged hair when I actually think that one of the best things you could do is prevent damage to begin with. And that's really how I went about this whole process. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Thankfully have someone, my savior in the past 2 years with bleaching my hair from home, and it's my mom. Hello. And she's gonna be showing you guys how it's done. She's the best. I really recommend if you are going to bleach your hair from home that you research and you do the proper due diligence because there's a lot to know. I'm gonna show you guys the products that I personally use and works best for me. L'Oreal, it's the Quick Blue. It's always just the one that I've gone with. Clairol Pure White Developer. I've used a bunch of different developers, but I found that the Clairol Pure White takes my hair a little bit whiter than other ones, so I like the combination of these two. I also strongly recommend that you get 20 as well. I'm all about being conservative, and I'd much rather do, let's say, like 2 applications and take a lot longer with 20 developer than snapping your hair with 40. It's your hair, and you should handle it with care and love, and that is what we're doing. And that brings me to the next product. This I know can be really pricey, so I use Olaplex. I know that there are other things out there that are more affordable and do the same thing. It just kind of gives it that like extra protective coat on your hair, and so I recommend getting a product like it. It doesn't have to be Olaplex, and it's very important. Obviously, you should have gloves, protect your hands, it's bleach. Good mixing bowl, it just can't be metal, but anything like plastic will pretty much work. A brush for a more accurate application. We do 1 part bleach to 2 parts developer. I think really the most important thing is the consistency. So it might not be that exact amount depending on how much you're mixing, but as long as you get pretty much a nice like smooth consistency, then I would go more based off of that than anything. I'm gonna get right into it and start bleaching.
So here I'm just gonna show them the consistency.
My hair is pretty oily right now and it's super intentional. We usually do it with about this much of root. If you let it go for too long, it can end up having a bit of a band. I have colors throughout my hair anyway right now because I've been coloring my hair. But if you are bleaching your hair to go blonde or white, that's when the band can really show.
Just dip it in and then just wipe the excess.
It's also important to make sure that you're taking pretty thin sections, but thin enough that you know that the bleach is going to saturate through. It's doing a pretty, you know, thorough job. When you are bleaching your roots, try not to get it on the blonde sections that have already been previously bleached. I'm going to start talking about the process of my own hair. I had really long healthy hair to begin with. I was incredibly conservative process of getting my hair from dark brown that was dyed to blonde. A few major key points. Taking your time. It's so important when you are bleaching. It doesn't have to be done in a day. And I had orange hair, but because I was very patient with my hair, I would do a bleaching session and then I would give my hair a resting period of like maybe a week to 2 weeks, something like that. I would do even hair masks in between. You could do coconut oil or hair masks that you can get from like a drugstore. But if you do that, your hair has time to recover for its next bleach, so it's not everything at once, which is such a big trauma to your hair. If you're gonna do this, you're gonna want nice hair afterwards. It took me maybe like a month to 2 months to get like that perfect blonde, but I ended up with such a beautiful color, such healthy hair because I took those precautions. I was able to have such a healthy blonde for such a long time because I did it in a sustainable way. That's probably my number one. The other thing is making sure that your hair is healthy enough to begin with, a good starting point. If you prevent heat or anything that would be trauma to the hair as much as you can before deciding to bleach your hair. It will help tremendously. Doing anything like coconut oil masks, even bleaching your hair in coconut oil can be really beneficial. My hair right now, it's like a few days old and I have oils built up intentionally because it protects your hair and your scalp, which is super important. After bleaching my hair for like a year and a half, I'll insert some pictures to show you guys how white it was for so long. That's when I kind of decided to mess with some colors, and I've done pink. I have purple currently that I think I'm going to do pretty soon. And the thing that I'll say about that, which is important to mention because of what I'm doing today, is the difference in bleaching. So when I was to do like silver, white, platinum, we did about 2 bleaches when we were doing my roots to really get that nice light color. And then on top of that, I would use a toner. A toner, because I used it with Developer, it lifted the color just a little bit more so it'd get a little bit whiter, and then also removed all yellow pigment that was left. And my personal favorite by far of any that I've used is the Wella T18. That really took my hair to that next level. Gorgeous platinum, even would leave it on for a little bit longer to get almost like a silvery tone. Now that I'm just bleaching my roots so that they get to a pigment that I can put a color over it, I don't have to bleach it as light and I don't have to do a toner, because I find that when I bleach it, the color, whether it's pink or purple or whatever have you, goes on it pretty well without that needed, you know, layer of damage that a toner would give. Depending on what you're going for in your hair, it really makes a difference in the bleaching method that you're going to be using, the time that you're going to be bleaching, and even the Developer. Like when I was going from the brunette to that white blonde, I would sometimes use a 30 or mix 20 and 30 in my hair to make that lift a little bit stronger, which is fine to do as long as, again, you're just being very cautious, treating your hair always with care and making sure that the health is the priority. And throughout the time that I was bleaching for like the past 2 years, I've really made sure to stay away from heat as much as possible. I've made sure to do hair care treatments as much as possible. You can go from like the natural route of coconut oil, avocados. Also, if you want to go the route of any hair masks that you can buy, Amazon is a great place to look for that. Sally's is a great place to look for that. And you know, they have all kinds. If you're not going out that night, put your hair in a nice hair mask and sleep in that overnight, and it makes a difference. I think hairstylists and, you know, getting it professionally done is amazing. But if you were looking to do it from home, if you do the proper due diligence, if you have someone that'll help you, it's so attainable. So we are basically just continuing to bleach the root. When she is completely done with the process, I'll come back, show you guys basically my hair. Whoa, my hair looks so crazy. Sometimes I've used foils depending on what the goal is of that bleach, but I don't find it to be necessary. It's more just to kind of trap in heat and give that bit extra lift. But since I am doing my roots, I get natural heat from my head anyway. What I will do sometimes is just put a cap over my head. It's a lot easier and quicker. Do the same thing basically, and if you're just doing your roots, I think that works just as well. I'm either gonna go pink or purple after this. You know, it's fun to experiment with hair. I think that's why it's so important that you do things the right way. You're not compromising your hair in the process. That's why I wanted to make this video so badly, because it was so requested on my Instagram of people just basically asking me how, you know, do you manage to have, you know, still so much hair, or, you know, healthy hair while bleaching it. I'll tell you, like, let me, you know, at least say my experience, and that everyone's situation is so different and everyone's starting point is so different. But I do think that there are some universal steps that anyone in any situation can take that will definitely help the process. And as far as having someone help you, the back is the priority to have someone help you with. If you're able to do all of your hair by yourself, all the power to you. But I will say, you know, for doing the back, it's great to have someone, because it's a part that you can't see as well. And something like bleach, you want to be, you know, as precise as possible. And sometimes what we'll do is go back in after we're all done and refresh the bleach. Bleach dries up, it kind of stops to work as well. So So you can go back in with some wet bleach and it kind of like reactivates the bleach and gives you a better result overall. Wow, this is a look. Is there anything else if like someone asks their friend or something to help them bleach their hair?
You're sure that they're going to do a very thorough job. Actually an artist and a painter, so I really enjoy painting. And so for me, this is just a different type of canvas. Just following her instruction.
We're so fortunate to have access to the internet that you can learn so much when it comes to do-it-yourself of anything. And so I think that that's really something it's super empowering to teach yourself and hopefully help anyone with anything that I've said. That'd be cool.
I just want to mention that I am going over the parts that I've already done because I've already covered all the hair. As you can see, the roots are already, you know, lightening up quite considerably.
Okay, so we have finished the application fully. Put a cap on and leave it in for about 20 or so minutes before then checking the color and how my hair feels, and then most likely rinse it out. But we're pretty much done. So thank you so much for watching, and hopefully you took something away from this that was helpful. And I will definitely be posting another video of then putting in the pink afterwards, so be sure to check that out and subscribe, like, all that jazz for more videos. And yeah, thank you so much.